Hello, and welcome to our LEAP Monday member spotlight for the LEAP community. It is a cold Monday here in Colorado and across many areas of the country, but I am delighted to spend some time this morning with my good friend Suzanne Mitchell of Zamar Screen Printing. So, hi, Suzanne, and welcome to the spotlight.
Thank you, Mary, for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to share you with everybody else. Suzanne and I have known each other for many, many years and are good friends, and I'm so excited to share her business. I've used her for some of the things in my business, and just really excited for you to get to know her today. So, Suzanne, tell us about Zamar Screen Printing.
Well, I own a screen printing company called Zamar Screen Printing. We do screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, all of those physical branding things that you need for a business. I have been doing this for 31 years now, and we started our business in a garage and eventually moved into commercial space. We definitely help businesses with all those things they need for branding, but also schools and organizations. We help with fundraising. A big part of our business is online web stores. So if you're looking for a web store for company merchandise or schools, those are all things that we do.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, I know. And your web stores are amazing. So tell people a little bit more about what those are if they're not familiar with those, and who might be a good candidate to give you a call and talk about setting one up.
Absolutely. The web stores are completely free to the person who sets them up. So I will help, say, a hospital system. They will get full control over what type of items they want on there. So maybe they want scrubs and hoodies and polos, but they get to choose the color scheme. They get to choose which things they have on there. And then the store goes live, which is actually a web store. They can link from their own website to it. They can send it out via a newsletter, email, however they want to share that. And you have lots of options on how they work. They can be completely free to the employee, which means the employee has a certain amount of money to spend, and then we bill the company. It can be a fundraiser. So say if a dog group puts it up, they put up a design, and all of the people who are so into their dogs can go to this site, and they have a good email list. They send this web link out. They sell the merchandise. They make a portion of it. But we do all of the internal working. So we help get it set up. We help get everything on there, make all those decisions with you. Then once the store officially closes, we individually do all of that distribution. So the orders are put together. We do all the printing on in-house, either printing or embroidery. It all gets individually bagged and sent back out to people. So there's literally no huge effort on the end user. All you have to do is have a good way to distribute these sites to people. So they also work for schools. That's another really good way. Schools want to get their spirit out there, and so they send it out to the whole school. They can make some money on it if they want to have it be a fundraiser, or they can keep the cost really low. That's another choice. They just want the spirit in the school. So they're really good for a lot of different organizations.
I love it. I love it. And back in the day when my girls were in school, it seems like so long ago, but I was on the PTO, right? And Parent Teachers Association. And I remember having to order those things and keeping spiritware in the school and having it for back to school night and teacher appreciation stuff. And just what a nightmare it was to have, oh, we got to have this many sizes available. And there's always a size you don't have for the person that's standing right in front of you, right? And then if you got to deliver that stuff or they can send it home with the kids, and it's just become such a nightmare. So I love that technology is helping us solve that problem. So for all you moms out there that are a part of or dads, moms or dads that are part of a school support system, parent teachers association, anything like that, spiritware. If you've got a team, we did swim team, so there was always kind of t-shirts and all the accoutrement that goes with any kind of organized sport, right? So these are brilliant and save the parents so much time and money, and they can be used as a fundraiser, which I love. Right. Yeah. So if you need to make some money for your team or your organization and you sell merchandise and you've got a list, like Suzanne said, you're probably already emailing your list. Why not email them a link where they can go and buy some merchandise to support you? So I love that. Love that.
Absolutely.
All right. So, and if somebody wants to get a hold of you or call you, right, they can just schedule a free consultation with you. I'm going to put that link scrolling across the bottom here.
Absolutely. I've got a 30-minute call on there to literally discuss anything. If you want to talk about marketing, what your business maybe needs, doesn't need, ideas. Obviously, I've been doing this a long time. So a lot of times those calls are just, what have you tried? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? It's not all about product. Of course, I believe our product does make a difference in your marketing, but you also kind of have to have some of those bottom line marketing set up. And I'm happy to talk to people about that and, how to be successful, because I want everybody to be successful.
Yes. And so speaking of being successful, Zamar has been around now 31 years. So 31 years in business. So give Suzanne a call, because she obviously knows something, right, to be successful and be in business for 31 years. So tell us a little bit about that journey of being a business owner for 31 years.
Oh man, there's a lot of up and downs. I think people, you just assume you're going to do this trajectory of start and then you're going to be successful. And business is much more this. You have
Mhm.
years that are really great and you figure things out and you're really on a go. And things like the 2008 recession and COVID and all those things can really take you on an up and down, hill. You don't know what you're going to hit. But I think the key is, resilience. We never gave up. We just kept trying different things. We went different directions. We've had our ups and downs. We certainly had some large things. We had a large theft in our business, and it almost took us out. But you just choose to pivot and change, and I think it has a lot to do with attitude. I always have felt that way. And you have to believe you're going to make it and continue forward. And of course, we made mistakes that were very hard to overcome, but then you learn from those and you do things differently the next time. And so I think just sticking with it and having the will to make it will take you a lot farther than people give credit to.
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. Go back to this one. Sorry. Learning all these screens. So it's like sometimes you're big, sometimes you're little. But yes,
No.
I agree. I think, and that the stats are still unfortunately the same. The Small Business Administration and Forbes put out a small business report every January. It should be coming out by the end of this month. And even in last month, last year, 2024, it's still the average business only half of them make it to their 5th year anniversary. So the fact that you've been in business for 31 years says something about your resilience, your stick-to-itiveness, just we're going to make this happen. And so, again, I really encourage people to hop on the phone with Suzanne. She's such a great connector, and she just is so open and willing to share her story and her knowledge. And if you feel like you're having one of those days where you're like, I don't know if I really want to do this anymore, Suzanne can recognize that and help you kind of remotivate you. Or if you're having you're like, I have a big year planned and I really want to make a splash and I want to look professional, right? Suzanne can help you really figure out what that's going to do, which pieces might help you set yourself apart. Right. I know you do a lot of things for trade shows, and trade shows are coming back, right? More people are getting out to big trade shows. You just went to a big trade show in Vegas with all kinds of products. I can't imagine that this should be overload, right, of all the things you get to see. But
It is.
what were some of the cool trends that you just saw when you were in Vegas?
I think people are getting away from just giving away a water bottle and a pen and calling it quits. People don't want just stuff. It needs to have a meaning. It needs to have some stick with itness. It needs to be something that people want. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean it's expensive. It just needs to be creative. We saw all kinds of things, from small Lego things you can build that are completely custom. Well, people aren't going to throw that away.
Right.
There's a new company that does dog lids. They're called pup lids, and they're little trucker hats for dogs. And a vet came up with them to protect their eyes. They're adorable. They come from like extra small to extra large. Adorable. But if you're in a dog related industry, nobody's going to throw that away. The fact
Right.
that you gave them something that was that, customized to what they believe in. So I think some of it's that. You can't just give away stuff and expect that return is going to be everything. You can't just give
Yeah.
away 1,000 pens and be like, that's going to be the thing that gets my name on the map. Well, you have to have a lot more to a trade show, what you're going to do there, how you're going to collect names. There needs to be tiered gifts. We saw things where you have 5 really nice gifts. Those are held back only for those 5 people who came to the booth that really had a good talk with you. And then you give them, the heated mug or something that's really a lot higher end, a leather journal, something that really is going to hold that impression. You don't just give that to everybody who walks by who's just there to grab something off the
Just to
table.
scoop something in their bag. Yeah.
Maybe you do have chapsticks for that. That's great.
Yeah.
Your name's out there. It's just, inexpensive, something it's useful. But the idea is working with somebody where you come up with a plan. How are you going to give it away? Who is your target audience? Who are you really looking for? Then let's figure out a product that's going to capture them, because that's the whole key to a good trade show. Collecting the right names because you have the right product that kind of attracts them in. One of the best things we ever did at a oil show, huge oil show, these are all guys that make millions of dollars in the oil industry. We did these little tiny fly swatters. They were the number one item because they were all hitting each other with them. But nonetheless, they're all coming from other aisles to find that item. Well, that company had such good exposure that year. Well, fly swatter doesn't really have anything to do with the oil industry. That's not the answer. The answer is something that's interesting that gets people there. So we really try to talk through and figure out what people might need or how to help them get that item.
Yes. I love that. And Suzanne, my clappers. That's
exactly.
Celebration. I love these, and I give them out to clients. I give them when I do my Power of Celebration talk, right? So we can give ourselves a round of applause. So I love coming up with fun, unique things, and many of my clients have these on their desks, right? So when we're on a call, they'll get their little clapper and they'll give themselves a round of applause. So I love that. Another thing I love about working with Zamar is the fact that you guys can do smaller orders, right? I'm a solopreneur. I work with solopreneurs, so we don't have the big corporate budgets. We don't need to buy 2,000 of something typically, right? And so you work with people on what they need within their budget, right? So talk a little bit about the size of your clients or the range of size of your clients. You can handle the big corporate clients. I know you have lots of those, but you also work with the solopreneurs out there.
Absolutely. So I think for a solopreneur to look really professional, it's great when they can get a few polos and a jacket and they're logoed, and we can do 3 or 4 pieces of embroidery, not a problem. We can do small run t-shirts for you're just hosting an event. You only need 10. That's okay. And the same with promos. Everything has a different quantity. So you may have to buy 50 pens. That may be the very lowest you can get. But there are other things. If you want a really nice high-end notebook, I can get 10. So we talk through what's your budget, how many do you ultimately need, maybe what can you use in a year, and then we can narrow it down from there, because it doesn't do you any good to get a bid for nothing but 10,000 pens and 400 t-shirts and you need 2. So, we talk about that up front. We figure out what the expectation is for both of us and then come up with the product that's going to fit that.
I love that. Because you can, if you call Suzanne and schedule a call with her, you'll be amazed at her knowledge, but then also she can really help you if you tell her what you want to do with your business. Like I want to try and get speaking gigs, and I need to have something for the back of the room, or I'm going to be exhibiting at an event, right? Or I need to do, I'm in a networking group and I want to show up with my logo on my vest or something like that. Or I want to give really high-end gifts to my long-term clients. Or I want to start a web store for my nonprofit or my kids' school, right? There's so many ways that Suzanne can help you. So just give her a call. She's so full of knowledge, and her team are just top-notch customer service. You will not go wrong if you reach out to Suzanne and have her help you with anything you need your logo on, right? So,
that's right. If it'll hold still long enough, we'll print it.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so I've been putting in the chat here. We've got all of Suzanne's contact information. It's scrolling around the bottom of the screen. So zamarinc.com. You can go to the website, book a call there, or follow Suzanne. She's very active on LinkedIn and in Facebook, so you can find her there as well. I put those links in the chat. Okay, we're going to wrap up with just a few rapid fire questions here. So what is your dream vacation destination?
Oh, probably St. John, Virgin Islands.
Oh yeah, I'll go with you. Let's book the trip. We got a friend who's a travel agent. She can
Exactly.
so, what is your superpower in business?
Superpower. I think people come to me who need me. They just find me. I've helped people not with promotion projects, but just they come to me and they need advice, help, or otherwise, and they just find me.
Yes. I
Yeah.
forgot to introduce you at the beginning. You call yourself the matriarch of your business, which I love, right? So, really, Suzanne is like that trusted advisor, matriarch that you can go to for advice and support anytime you need it. So, I love that. I love that. If you had an extra hour in your day, how would you spend it?
Oh, probably reading.
Reading. Nice. Fiction or nonfiction?
Probably nonfiction.
Yes, nice, nice. And Suzanne has so many hobbies. She's a huge gardener and and she sews and quilts and embroiders and all kinds of fun stuff. So you can always call and talk to her about her favorite recipe too, because she's an
Yeah.
amazing cook. And
Yes.
ask her about her famous cinnamon rolls. She's got all kinds of interesting stuff.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Well, thanks for being our Member Monday Spotlight today. So for those of you watching, please, please, please reach out to Suzanne for any of your marketing needs. Anything you need to put your logo on, she can help you. Or if you just need a great cinnamon roll recipe, give her a call as well. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you. Bye, Mary.
Bye.